Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Average people, they claim that all the problems and complications in life, they are originated from outside. So some of us blame the world. Some of us blame the relations. Some of us blame God. So these are the three areas because of which we are miserable. Now once we have taken this stand that we are miserable because of these three, so what will be our approach in life? We'll try to improve the world. Where God has failed, can you and me approve? See? God created this world and He is Himself miserable. He told me, I don't know why did I created this world. These words of God come to me through the married people. Every married person comes and tells, Swamiji, I don't know why did I get married. I ask them same thing, I also don't know why did you get married. There's no need. See? But then God has to continue this drama. See? And drama must have all kinds of events. Everything is necessary in life. Suppose you are a Bengali. Suppose. You don't have to be. Suppose you are a Bengali. So Bengali means Rasgulla. So even if you are eating Rasgulla continuously, one after another, you will get bored of it. Then you require some chutney, some achar in between. Exactly the same way. When the life is lived mechanically, the same thing. Get up in the morning, like your life over here. Get up in the morning and come here. And then when I used to stay here, I stayed here for 15-20 years. When I used to go from here, that time that construction was not there. So the students used to do that eating the cloth, whatever you call it. So I used to tease them always, come on yaar, in the morning eat jalebi, what is this cloth here? And the cloth doesn't have any nutritional value, but you keep on eating. Hare Ram Ram. So, life becomes boring and monotonous if we are not innovative in life. See? Therefore, instead of blaming the world or others, let us change our approach to life. And this is what is done in this 15th chapter of Gita. You have been chanting. So let us also try to understand in short what exactly this chapter tells us. Like the other day I told you, there are 4 or 5 topics which must be clear in our understanding. First is the world. What is this world we talk about? Second is, who are we? The third is, who is God? The fourth is, what is a spiritual practice? And the last is, what is fulfillment in life? These 5 topics, unless they are clear, we will be simply mechanically doing the things, and then toward the end of our life, we come to know, I am the most unwanted person in this house, nobody wants me. Not only in this house, in the whole world, nobody wants us. See, friends, what is the reason? We have not discovered fulfillment in life. See, friends, fulfillment in life is the only ultimate in our life. I'll tell you an example how we begin properly but end wrongly. There was one lady in Germany. I went to her place, Stuttgart, and she was my host. She had a yoga studio. So we were having some classes, and second or third day, she was looking a little down. I said, Mama, what is the problem? Why are you looking so down? Swamiji, I am worried about how to maintain this studio. Money is a problem. I said, why a problem? And then she started her story. I brought yoga in Germany some 25-30 years before. And then I started the yoga classes. So each batch 20 students. And each batch was for about 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Then those students will come out. Then they will start their own studio. So 20 studios. Each will have again 20 students. And again they will start another 20 studios. So she said, Swamiji, our condition is we have got more teachers than students. Now what should I do? I said, very simple. India has got all solutions. In India there is no problem. All solutions. You did not know yoga, you came to India, took it. Now you don't have students, import from India. See? So you started for something and concluded in frustration. What is the use? See, friends, this happens only because we have not understood clearly the difference between the means and the goal. See, car is a means. It is not the goal of our life. No, I should have a very nice car. Okay, you have it. Next what? Where do you have to go? Nowhere. Then why did you buy the car? See? So this discrimination between the means and the goal should be clear. And once this is clear, then you will see your life will not be complicated. Life will become simple. And for that, fundamentals must be clear. The first fundamental, according to 15th chapter, is what is this world? That we have to clearly understand. And once you understand this, then it will be easier to deal with the world. When we take the patient to the emergency ward, those who are accompanying the patient, they are very serious. Oh God, what is going to happen? I don't know. He is bleeding, all that. And the doctors and the nurses in the emergency ward, they are relaxed. Because they are handling everyday emergency cases. So for them, emergency is a common thing. It is not extraordinary. But when we accompany the patient, we are excited. Now what is the difference? When they look at the patient, they know what is the situation. Is it worth becoming serious or it is a casual small little thing? Exactly the same way. When you look at the world with the eye of wisdom, this world will never make your life complicated. See, friends, it is our inability to negotiate through the difficult times of our life that makes our life complicated. Therefore, what is this world that we talk about? So the teacher says, now let me see how much you remember. Yesterday we chanted. Repeat after me. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Moola Madashakam Ashvatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi yasya parnani Yastam Veda Savedavita. Now this world is spoken of. This world is compared with the banyan tree. You can see the banyan tree or the Vatavruksha. Any fig tree is called as Ashwatha. Ashwatha means what? Which is constantly changing. Shva means tomorrow. A means not. Which doesn't remain the same tomorrow as it is today. See? Earlier we were so small, cute, chubby. Anybody will come and lift us and hug us and kiss us. Now when anybody looks at us, they take the newspaper upside down and don't want to look at us. And we are worried why people are avoiding us. Because this tree of body, the tree of life is constantly changing. First principle of world. World is that which is subject to change. And what is our struggle? We don't want to change. See? So, when the people grow in age, they want to maintain that they are sweet 16. Then, when there is all breakup all over the body, then they will go to the makeup. And above the neck, 16 years. Below the neck, 92 not out. Now, to whom are we cheating? See, the body that is born is bound to be destroyed in time. You are students of yoga. Jati, Ayu, Bhoga. Like the bridge is constructed. At the time of construction of the bridge, they tell this bridge is valid for 100 years. In the same manner, any body that is created, that body has a defined longevity. It cannot last longer than that. And our whole struggle is, I want to live long. What for? See, therefore the first principle, world is not outside. World begins from our own gross body. When we are not identified with our body, is this world existing? In dream, in deep sleep, find out where we are, what we are, and when we are. 3. Time, space and object. Where are we in deep sleep? Inside the body or outside the body? Inside the room or outside the room? In India or in China? Where are we? Nowhere. Therefore, when we talk about world, don't look outside. The world is nothing but our own body. And see how he said, Urdhva Moolam. The moola, the root, is the one which gives nutrition to the tree, is it not? To this tree of body, the nutrition is given from above. Isn't it? Urdhva Moolam, Adhashakham, and the tree is growing below. The trees eat from below, grow upwards. Animals eat from the front, grow backwards. Human beings eat from above, grow downwards. See? So, Urdhva Moolam, Adhashakham, these limbs are the branches of this tree called the body. And Prahu Avyayam, and this is always the same thing. This is the story of every body. There is no body which can last eternally. See, friends, there was a great yogi who lived 700 years before Christ and 700 years after Christ. So he lived for 1400 years. And then he came across one great master who was hardly 16, 17 years. So he came to meet him, and when he saw the glory of this young teenager, he was totally nonplussed. So he said, "Sir, please accept me as your disciple." He said, "No, I can't." Then go to my sister. His younger sister was 14 years of age, 1-4. And this old yogi was 1400 years of age. And yet, no fulfillment. See, friends, simply maintaining the body all through cannot be the goal of life. So recognize this. The body is subject to change and it is good. Why keep the old clothes? Throw them away. Get the new clothes. See? We are lucky to have 84 different sets of clothes. 84 lakhs. It's not that once you die, you remain in the grave all through. No. Throw the body. Okay, Dad, I want a new pant, new shirt, take it. No, I don't like the pant shirt. I want to be a donkey. Okay, take the donkey. You don't die. The body, the world is subject to change. So, urdhva moola madashakam ashwatam prahura chandamsi yasya paranani. Paranani means the leaves. This body tree, it has the leaves of what? The leaves of Chandamsi means scriptural studies. Chandamsi is called a Veda. If our life is lived according to the guidance and the direction given by the scriptures, then we come to know Yastam Veda Savedavid. He has understood everything. There is nothing more to be known in this world. See, friends, be very attentive. All the colors and forms are in front of me. Say you are about 100. Now, instead of 100, if you become 1000, will it be a burden on my eyes? No. If all of you go away, will it be a loss to my eyes? No. Be very attentive. Then I close my eyes. When the eyes are closed, is there any loss to the mind? Mind is the same. And when the mind is enfolded, as in deep sleep, is there any loss to me? I continue to be. So who am I? Whether the worldly objects exist or not, nothing happens to my sense organs. Whether sense organs are functioning or not, nothing happens to the mind. Whether the mind is functional or not, nothing happens to me, the eternal reality. See? Instead of recognizing this, we mistake ourselves that I am the body, I am old, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am beautiful, I am awful, I am Indian, I am not Indian, I am human being, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. There is no end to that. See, unless we change our focal length, the truth will not be discovered. The ability to change the focal length is the technique by which complications can be sorted out to simplifications. You must have seen those three-dimensional pictures which are hidden behind some design. In one place I went, somebody's office, and he was having some meeting. I said, okay, you continue, I am not in a hurry. On the wall there was one picture, small, framed, very peculiar. In a CEO office, such pictures are not there. So I just was looking at it. After my friend's meeting was over, he said, Swamiji, can you tell me what is hidden in that picture? The moment he told me that, hidden? He said, yes, tell me what is hidden. Then I just stood in front of it and told him in a fraction of a moment. I said, there is Sai Baba sitting, behind him there is swastik, behind that there is Om, and there is a sunrise, He just jumped out of his chair. He said, "Come on. Did you see it earlier?" I said, "No, for the first time." He said, "I am staying, this picture is in my room for last 1 year. I could not see. Every day I try, I could not see." What is the technique? I said, technique is change your focal length. Our eyes are expert in seeing the differences. Discard the differences, the world will disappear. See, in one school, I was talking to the children just to tell them how we are all one, we are not many. So, kids maybe age of 9 to 12 or so, I said, "Hey, come on, let us play some game." And the game is, I'll ask you a question, whosoever I tell, he only should reply. I said, "Tell what are the differences among all of us." So all the hands went up. I said, one by one, you tell, there are some boys, there are some girls, differences. You tell, there are some tall, there are some short, differences. There are some fat, there are some thin, differences. Differences are easy to see, is it not? And there is no end to the differences. I said, now enough. Now tell, what is the common factor in all of us? There was one student who was not interested in anything. He was not interested. So I asked him, I said, "Hey, you tell, what is the common factor?" He said, "We are all suffering because of you." So, where was his attention? His attention was not on the differences, but the common factor. Now apply that technique. We are all alive, is it not? Anybody has doubt? No. So, life is a common factor. When we focus attention on the life, our perception, quality of life will change. Now what is happening? I versus you. See? You are not Indian, you are not Chinese, you are not American. Hare Ram, 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 Ram. Let us learn this. Don't talk of differences. Don't support differences. Don't establish differences. Discover the common denominator. And all the problems of life will be simplified. See? And this can happen only with this knowledge. He who sees the common factor supporting all the differences, and in the infinite, differences are only imagined. Mathematically, infinite plus minus anything continues to be infinite, isn't it? You can't add, you cannot subtract anything. In the same manner, the life is infinite. In that, differences are on account of the gadget through which the life is expressing. He who thus sees the common denominator, he will have no problems in life. But we have trained ourselves to focus attention only on the differences. Therefore, then we get involved into various kinds of activities. Karmanubandhini manushya loke. Then I want to achieve something, I want to do this, I want to do that. See, friends, once you are at home, at peace with yourself, life will be lived happily. So, adascha moola nanusantatani karmanubandhini manushya loke. Such a person who is too much extrovert, leading the life as a body, then what happens to him? Adaschordhvam prasruta tasya shaka guna pravruddha vishaya pravala. So he is functioning under the influence of the three gunas. Laziness, tamoguna; activity, rajoguna; knowledge, sattva guna. Our life has only three expressions. One is inertia, tamoguna, dynamism, rajoguna, and knowledge, sattva-guna. Life is lived through these three channels of three gunas, and then Vishaya Pravala, and what we are doing till date. If you look within and ask a question to yourself, what we have done till date? We all will have the same common biography. And it will be, we tried to fulfill our desires one after another till date. But have we learnt anything? That fulfillment of desires does not lead to fulfillment in life. When we were children, we wanted various games. And these small little games, these video games, the children buy one. By the time they reach home, they are sitting behind inside a car, and mom and dad, they are driving crazy each other, and then this boy is playing with that game continuously. By the time he goes home, he gets bored of it. Then, mom, I want a new game has come, one game has gone, second game. Is there any end to it? See, friends, we are all doing only one thing, and that is to try to fulfill our desires. But we have not learnt anything from our own life's experiences. Yesterday also I told you, a real seeker is the one who learns from the experiences of his life. One engineer asked me this question, Swamiji, I don't know what to do. I said, what happened? Whenever I see these electric sockets, I feel like putting my fingers into them. And then I put, and then I get a shock. What should I do? Now tell me, if a child does this, he deserves sympathy. But when an engineer does this, does he deserve sympathy or a ridicule? Think. In the same manner, we claim ourselves to be educated, intelligent. And what intelligence it is? We have not learned from our own life that whenever we have fulfilled some desire, where from the happiness comes. We have not learned. When we are unhappy, we are miserable, the only reason is mind is agitated. And when the desire is fulfilled, the agitations of the mind quieten. Therefore, we decide happiness has come from that object. No. Happiness has come out of the same mind which was no more disturbed. So peaceful mind is happiness. Disturbed mind is misery. If we understand this, then we will no more be extrovert in life. See? And this extrovertedness through indulgence becomes our addiction. See? In the morning at 4 o'clock I prepare my cup of tea and take every day. Suppose I don't get a cup of tea in the morning. Then the mind starts japa. Tea, 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 tea. And the moment I take a cup of tea, the japa stops. Aha, lovely cup of tea. Conclusion, happiness has come from tea. If tea was the source of happiness, every person in the world, having taken a cup of tea, should have become happy. But this doesn't happen. But I can't deny my experience. So what should be analysis of my experience? Disturbed mind is complications, undisturbed mind is simplicity. And this can happen only through wisdom. Therefore, Vishaya Pravala, we must not give undue importance to the world. And when we give, then Karmanubandhini Manushya Loke. then we get tied up in our own karma. I want to do this, I want to do that. See, friends, we are in this world only for one purpose. Like this mic between you and me has only one purpose. It should communicate whatever I am talking to you without adding his own mirch masala. Many times it happens, no? The mics, they add their own story. Sometimes they have got electronic onkara, hum. Sometimes they start cleaning their own throat, khala, 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 khala. When the mic is doing his own story, we'll throw him away. We don't want him to talk. Exactly the same way. We are the mics in the divine hands. He must express through us. An expression of the divinity is only happiness, nothing else. See, when you are happy, you are relaxed. See, when you are studying, sometimes you must have experienced it. You study, nothing goes in your head. I don't know why they are doing. It is not, the book is not difficult. Our mind is not available to us. Then what has to be done? Go to sleep. Oh, thank you so much. Not now, after going to room. And after you are fresh out of your sleep, then the same thing you read and in one go you catch it, is it not? So where was the difficulty? Complications are not outside, they are inside. Because we are too much preoccupied with unwanted activities in life. Be active, but not a workaholic. So, karmanubandhini manushaloke. And this world, na rupamastheha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadi nata sampradishta. But if you contemplate on this body, the tree, is this the body real? Be very attentive. One day, one man went to the police station and he said, when I was a child, that child body, somebody has taken it away. Then I had a teenage body, that somebody has taken teenage body. Now I am in the old body. Please find out where my childhood body and the teenage body has gone. Now find out. You are all children, is it not? Where your teenage body has gone? Has it gone anywhere? If it has not gone anywhere, why are you grown up? If you are grown up, where that body has gone? Try to find out. It has gone nowhere. It was nowhere. It was just an appearance on you. See? But we hold on to this body. Therefore, friends, this is the first basic principle of life. We are living in this body, therefore the embodied is someone other than the body. Unless you accept this basic principle, you have not entered the spiritual path even one step. See? Otherwise, whole life you keep on doing these things and yet no fulfillment in life. Therefore, na rupamasteha tathopalabhyate nanto na charde nata sampradishta. Where was the teenage body born? Where did it go? And why it has gone? No way. Neither the beginning, nor the middle, nor the end, nor pratishtha. It never remains the same. This is the story of everyone. And then what is to be done? Ashwatthamenam suvirdvam moolam asanga shastrena drudena chitva. So here is the message Bhagavad Gita gives about the world. The world becomes a problem because we are too much attached to the world. The world is not attached to us. When there is some money in my pocket, whether that money remains in my pocket or somebody cuts my pocket and take the money has no problem. There was one person, he went to a Mahatma, and the Mahatma was doing kirtan and enjoying everything. So he said, "Sir, the world has caught hold of me, please help me, save me from this world, it is too complicated." So that Mahatma said, "Let us finish our kirtan, then we'll talk." So he was doing, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, enjoying in that intoxication of joy. After that was over, then he said, he came out and caught hold of a tree, this Mahatma, and started shouting, "Oh world, please save me, the tree has caught hold of me. Oh world, please save me, the tree has caught hold of me." Now that man who came to inquire, he said, "Maharaj, what happened to you? You are talking okay. Suddenly you came out and the tree is not catching you. You have caught hold of the tree." He said, "Oh, you are so wise. Who is catching you, tell me, in this world?" Nobody. Is this house catching us? Be attentive. Attachment is an illusion. There is no attachment. Are my eyes attached to the colors and forms? No. Because they see every color, every form. Ears are not attached to any sound, whether it is a discourse or it is a disco. For the ears it makes no difference. See, the mind is not attached to good or bad thoughts. Therefore, every type of thought comes in the mind. Similarly, the conscious reality that we are is not attached to the waking, the dream, the deep sleep and the samadhi. They come and go. We are the same. Only recognize this. Attachment is an illusion. And we are lost only in this attachment. It's totally wrong. Change this. If we are really attached to the body, then we will never go to sleep. What is going to sleep? Disidentification with the body. Therefore, this illusion, asanga shastrena drudena chitva. Therefore, what is meant, when you cut a tree, you don't take a peacock feather and do like this. You have to cut it boldly with a firm hand in the same manner. Come to discover this. You are totally independent, free. Nothing can bind you in this world. And then see, life becomes very simple. To be what you are is easier than to show what you are not is difficult. We are all struggling to show what we are not. Be yourself. Life becomes very simple. Karmanubandhini manushyaluke. Then asanga shastrena drudena chitva. Thereafter, now we have discarded the impact of the world on us. Then what is to be done? Go to sleep? No, don't go to sleep. Then tatapadam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadde yata pravrutti prasruta purani. You must have come across this. Many students, when they sit for meditation, after some time, when the mind becomes cool because of the environment around, slowly they withdraw from the world to such an extent that they go to sleep. See? Therefore, this is called as the Jhatka meditation. In the morning class I told you, all perceptions are intact. You will hear everything, you will have all experiences, but you will not be influenced by anyone. That is the meaning of yoga. Yoga is not only sitting in one posture and suffering silently. No. See, Bhagavan Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita what is yoga. Tam vidyat dukkha sanyoga Viyogam yoga sanjitam sa nishchena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvidna chetasa. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable is called as yoga. And how to do that? Sa nishchena yoktavyaha. Refuse to be miserable in life under any condition. Make the misery miserable. That is real yoga. But for us, misery becomes the yoga. One leg has gone here, and it's not coming out. I don't know. See, my friends, therefore, here the teacher comes, tells us, Tataha, when you have withdrawn from the world, but you have not gone to sleep. You have withdrawn from the world, but you are not dead. Two things. Morning class I told you, if you remember. Body disidentification happens under three conditions. Number one, in sleep. That is under ignorance. Number two, in death. That is under compulsion. The third one is through meditation. You are no more identified with the body, and therefore, although you are experiencing everything, but no experience can touch you. Because your mind is no more identified with the body. See, friends, be attentive, gold is a common factor for all the ornaments. So if you have to define the ornaments, what is the main thing that you will bring into your notice? The name, the form, and the utility of the ornament. Is it not? Gold is common. But when you take any metal, no metal is defined as having a particular form. It can take any form. In the same manner, our mind is one. Our minds are not different. In deep sleep, we are all one, because there is only one mind. Now the same mind takes the shape and the size of a particular body, like a particular ornament takes the shape and size and the name of a particular ornament, and it becomes differentiated from other ornaments. Exactly the same way. Our mind taken this particular shape and the form, therefore this body I am, that body I am not. And from there the samsara begins. See? Many years before, when we used to travel by train, in the train, I don't know whether you traveled in an unreserved compartment, I did it long time back. So when you get inside, you get, shouting and fighting and goes on. But the train is like God. Name dveshosti na priyaha. The train moves. And in the summer days, it is so hot. And in the lullaby, people get settled. Then, if you are lucky, you should have either a Gujarati or a Marwadi as a co-passenger. They have got maximum eatables with them. So their containers will be opened and distributed freely. So you eat that nicely, and then after some time your Madhya Pradesh is filled, so that heat and that lullaby, everybody goes to sleep. Earlier, don't touch me, keep away. Now after they go to sleep, then my feet go in somebody else's lap, no objection. Somebody's hand goes in my pocket, no objection. All differences have disappeared. All are only alive. In life, there are no differences. In the light, there is no difference. There is difference in the bulbs. Behind all the bulbs, there is one electricity. Behind the total individuals, there is one life. The hunger of a rich man, the hunger of a poor man, the hunger of a pig the hunger of a peacock is the same. Principle of life is same. And in this manner, when we recognize ourself being someone other than the body, then this world will stop bothering us. Then what is to be done? Tatapadam tat parimargitavyam. Then you spend your time on inquiry. Tat padam parimargitavyam. Begin the inquiry. What? Inquiry. Where from life begins? One technique Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi told, it's a very good technique. Suppose you are, let us say, 80 years of age, suppose. So you will have one image about you, 80 years old man, dilapidated, good. Go 10 years back, second image, 70 years. Before that, 60 years. Like then go 10 years back, 10 years. Then 5 years, then 1 year, then 1 month, then in the womb of the mother. And before we were conceived in the mother's womb, did we begin from zero? Think. Out of so many images that we have supported, which image is I? See, the child is I, or the teenage is I, or the middle age is I, or I has supported everything and yet beyond all. See, tatapadam tat parimargitavyam. Friends, when you seek something higher in life, all the complications of life are dissolved. Complications are only because we are living at a very low level of existence. Rise above. Rising above is rising above the body, the sense organs, the mind, the intellect. And then we come to discover, I was unnecessarily miserable in life. Take some experiences of your childhood, because of which you became very miserable, very disgusting. Now you remember that experience. We will laugh. See, yaar, when I was a child, I was such a fool. No, it is not a history. Now also you are the same. But this you will come to know when you will become old. See, friends, wisdom is not gaining anything. Wisdom is discarding foolishness. We are all wise. But that ignorance has overpowered us so much that we become totally that what we are not. Therefore, tatapadam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatan anivartanti bhuyaha. Be attentive. This self-knowledge experience has to had only once in a lifetime. It is not repeated. Be very attentive. That which is finite, that alone can be repeated. Words are finite. Every word begins, remains for some time, ends after some time. They are finite. Like Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. 3 times I said. Now why they became 3? Because in between the 2 Sri Ram, there was no sound. So the silence is not repeated. It is infinite. Like you can repeat Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Try to repeat the silence. You cannot. Because infinite is never repeated. And once you discover This infinite reality you are. Yasmin gata na nivartendi bhuya. Then you will not fall back in the same rubbish life. Only once in a lifetime. Sthitva syam antakalepi brahma nirvanam ruchati. Any time may it happen. Thereafter, no more coming back to the same complicated, miserable life. See, friends. So we started from where? From the world. Urdhva moola madashakam ashvatam prahuravayam. And where did we conclude? Our own being. See, this is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. The unknown is indicated with the reference of the known. This is the rule, common thing. Like, do you know Mr. So-and-so? No, I don't know. Do you know that person? Yes, that I know. He is his son-in-law. Oh. So, reference is there. He became son-in-law. No, I know him. Then you interact with the son-in-law and he has cheated you sufficiently. Again you ask him, do you know him? Don't tell me that. I know him very well now. He has really cheated me. Once you know, you don't require to be repeated. That knowledge which is required to be repeated belongs to the finite. That knowledge which doesn't require to be repeated is the infinite. See, yat kartvana nivartante tad dhama paramam. That is our essential nature. After having come to this, thereafter, play the game of life. We don't have to die. Many people have got that funny notion. When they sit for meditation, they will crack the joints. Now, no teacher tells, come on, crack the joints, cut. Nobody tells. But they will be doing it. Why? Fear. One person asked me this question, Swami, I always get this kind of feeling that when I sit for meditation and if I start levitating, what will happen? I said, depends where you are sitting. Suppose you are sitting below a running fan and you go. Where are you sitting? Or if you are sitting below a tree, you go and hang to the tree. These are all imaginations, projections by the mind, because mind, like any one of us, doesn't want to die. Therefore, either the mind brings the past in the present, or the mind starts projecting the future. In short, mind doesn't want to remain in the present. The moment the mind comes in the utter present, mind dissolves in pure consciousness. Like the water and the ice, both are water only. In the same manner, mind and consciousness, they are one and the same. Consciousness with the thoughts is mind. Mind minus the thoughts is consciousness. See? Therefore, this truth, once it is recognized, thereafter our vision will change. Now be attentive. The real spiritual practice which will help us to make my life simplified is changing our standpoint in life. There are different standpoints. One standpoint is I versus you. The second standpoint is I, the devotee, versus my God to whom I am devoted. Second standpoint. Third standpoint, God looking at his own creation. Fourth standpoint, that which is expressing as God, you and me and the world. These are the four standpoints. Now be attentive. To understand this, I'll give an example. Wave versus wave. It is a relative standpoint. So one wave will come, eat away other wave. There will be competition. I will teach you a lesson. I versus you. This is one standpoint. Then wave against the ocean. Wave will never compete with the ocean. Then the wave will surrender to the ocean. But among us, we compete. See. Then the third is how the ocean is looking upon the waves. For the ocean, tsunami is not a bad wave and a ripple is not a good wave. And from the water's point of view, ocean is not the cause and waves are not the effect. These four standpoints, journey through these four standpoints is the only way to make the life simple. Therefore, as I told you, the real spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary. Drop all the extra fat that we have. Remain ordinary. But we have this wrong notion, holier than thou. No. The day this clicks, then you will see our vision changes. Now, what was the vision? When I versus you is the vision, there is competition, there is jealousy, there is friendship, there is enmity, there are relations, there are every kind of problems are there. I versus you. Then this person who was struggling in life, now he takes support of something higher. That something higher you call as a goal or God or your guru or something higher in your life. Then you will be dedicated to that higher goal. When we are dedicated to the higher goal, little things do not bother us much. And what is the goal, higher goal for all of us? The purpose for what we are here should be fulfilled. Be very attentive. Don't take the purpose of God realization. Start from where you are. Now why you are here? The purpose is to complete your yoga course successfully, learn perfectly, and become an ideal teacher when you go in the field. That is the goal. Now if you are dedicated to that goal, then you cannot go the wrong way. See? But we come here not for this goal, but we come here because we got nothing anywhere. Oh, let us come and do yoga. See, friends, therefore, higher the goal, lower things automatically will drop. That higher goal, suppose we call it God. So when you are dedicated to God, then your attention is away from the other people. Now you are looking at your goal. Then the third vision. Once you have attained perfection in whatever field you have, you will have understanding about the people and not misunderstanding. See, friends, we all have gone through ups and downs in life. A really grown-up person doesn't condemn others. He, on the contrary, brings out the best talent in that person. And that is the success in one's life. See, many institutions have this problem. The problem is that the people working in that institution do not have a sense of belonging, because somebody holds as if his personal property. And as a result, other people only work for the sake of working, but they are not one with the institution. Here is a failure of the top. See, friends, and one example I'll give you, I think not now, in the next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.